He's one of the toughest, baddest bulls on the rodeo circuit, and he's never been successfully ridden before. And that's not going to change tonight.
I've witnessed 2 or 3 bull riders get killed like this, bull hooking them.
Cowboy McKennon Wimberly was a rapidly rising star in the world of professional bull riding. This was a big night for him in Anaheim, California. His goal, a $25,000 first prize and a place in the finals. But to win, he'll have to stay on for 8 seconds. And this time, McKennon is strapped to Charlie Bullware, a 1,600-pound ticking time bomb of a bull.
McKennon knew that if he rode that bull, he was going to win the event, and that was a bull to win the event on.
Tyler Rose Walton, McKennon's girlfriend, knew there was a danger, but she never expected this to happen. McKennon not only gets thrown, he gets hung up.
The most dangerous thing in the bull riding is hanging up, because you're dragging where they're stepping. You can't get loose.
The cowboy's hand is caught on this runaway freight train. His dad, a former bull riding champ, knows his son is in deep trouble.
Watching your kid get stepped on and go through that is heart-stopping. It's like watching a car wreck. You wish you could stop it.
The sight is terrifying for his mom.
It's a little bit different when it's your baby up there on that bull. We've had friends that have been paralyzed.
It makes you realize how fast life can change just within 8 seconds.
Julio Marino is the safety man in the arena that day. He knows just how dangerous Charlie Bullware is. He raised him.
Charlie's mean. He will knock you down, and he'll hit you. He thinks he's an ultimate fighter.
And when McKennon gets hung up, he gives him the ultimate beating. It's like having your hand caught in a car door and being dragged down the road at 40 miles an hour. McKennon can't get his hand out because it's strapped in by a tightly braided rope treated with pine sap to make it sticky. And when he's thrown off the right side of the bull, he can't reach a life-saving device called a quick release.
Pull that strap like that.
AJ Franco helped create the quick release to save bull riders.
He grabs that release and it'll break his bull rope in 2 halves, and he'll end up walking away with his bull rope in his hand.
Charlie Bullware. Now look closely again at McKennon's fateful ride. You can see he is reaching desperately for that red quick release.
He doesn't have a hold of it.
The bullfighters, the men in the ring to protect McKennon, also try to pull the release, but without success.
The bullfighters were right on his tail helping him the whole time to get him loose.
And then something even worse happens. McKennon is being tossed so violently, he gets disoriented. When he grabs for the release, he accidentally gets hold of the end of his braided rope, the one tied around his hand, and all that does is pull it even tighter.
Well, that bull was going so fast that McKennon couldn't get on your feet, and you want to get on your feet and try to open up your hand. I'm sure McKennon was scared.
As McKennon is dragged underneath the bull, everyone fears he'll be stomped to death.
They break your legs and they tear up ligaments, and it cripples cowboys.
But then, something extraordinary happens. The bull stomps on McKennon, but in doing so, it actually pulls his trapped hand free.
That was a bad wreck.
Amazingly, McKennon Wimberly not only survives his brush with death, he walks away.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to beat you. That's a tough kid.
It's like being on a roller coaster ride. When he was spinning and I was upside down and all I could see was the sky, it was like being on the blade of a helicopter.
Looking back, he realizes just how lucky he was to escape with only cuts and bruises.
When he finally jerked me loose, he stepped on my bicep and jerked me loose by my arm. bruised my arm up a little bit, but it could have been a lot worse. We could have had a lot of injuries come out of that, and I walked away fine.
And he reveals the reason his hand got stuck is because of the way he ties his hand to the bull.
I tie my hand in there real tight so it won't come out, and run my rope through my pinky, and they call it the suicide wrap.
It nearly was suicide, but it hasn't kept McKinnon away from what's been labeled the most dangerous sport in America.
No, so there's a lot of times that you bite your nails. It'd be a lot easier if he was a plumber or something else, but I think McKinnon enjoys it, and as long as he enjoys it, then I support him 100%.
And McKinnon's feelings toward Charlie Bullware?
Charlie Bullware's a mean bull. I would like to get on him again.